Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. If you're new to this channel, we have awesome fantasy football news, the best waiver wire pickups, drafts, just several videos, several live streams. So if you're not already subscribed, make sure you do so you won't miss future live streams like this one. By the way, my name's Hussein the Brain, and you're watching The Couch. Today, we're going to be going over some fantasy football news. Lots going on, and we'll be answering your questions. This is an AMA, which stands for Ask Me Anything. What's up, Manuel in the building? What's going on? Just waiting for people to join. I will go ahead and post the news also on Instagram. Posted it on my Facebook group, Twitter. Now I'll post it on my Instagram stories. Okay, give me a second here. Everybody that's joining, say what's up. Will Jamar Chase be on a pitch count? Technically, maybe, yeah, but I think it won't affect him much. So when I say a pitch count, like let's say the man's 90% of the time in there, he might be 80%. So I think he's pretty much ready to go. So a pitch count, yes, but not a significant one. Yeah. If you're not already, make sure you guys are following me on Twitter and or Instagram at Fantasy Couch. Simon, what's up, man? How you doing? Thank you so much for being a member. All right. There we go. Just posting the news. We'll answer some questions and then we'll go over the news in 5 minutes here. We're waiting on some more people to join. All right, news is up on Twitter, Facebook group, and Instagram stories. There we go. Yeah, so let me share my screen. Jamar Chase. Let's see. He's typically, so he's right around that 90% mark, which all great wide receivers are. And so I expect him to be maybe a little bit lower, but I don't think anything that's going to affect us as far as fantasy goes. If you have Jamar Chase, you're starting him, he should be good to go. Great matchup too. High scoring game, two elite young quarterbacks, lots of talent, lots of offense this game. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, hit me up. I will be answering them here on the live. Any questions at all, go ahead and ask them. Not too many people tuned in, so I'll definitely be able to get to your questions. Hey, even if it's a dumb question like Simon's, I'm thankful for it. This may be dumb, but how do we know Zonovan Knight will be the only guy the Jets use when Michael Carter is out? Well, you don't know. You don't know anything. Nothing in life is 100%. But I'm telling you, all right, as the guy you're seeking out for a second opinion or for fantasy football advice, I'm telling you right now that Zonovan Knight is going to be the man. Not 100% of snaps, but nobody gets 100% of snaps anymore. He got 48% of the snaps when Michael Carter was still playing. He played a little bit that game. He's going to be the guy. The matchup's not horrible. I know people think Minnesota's a bad matchup. I don't. So, yeah, he's going to be the guy. He's more of a low end RB2. Top 15 would be kind of bold. He's not going to be, we're not saying he's going to be the ultimate workhorse, get close to 100% of the snaps. Probably not that, but over 50% of the snaps. Yeah, he's going to get over 50% of the snaps, which is typically good enough to start in most situations, except if you're like the Rams or some crap like that. So, yeah, overall, I am trusting him. I like Zonovan Knight. If I had him, I'm probably starting him. RB2, flex, that, right? Not, he's more of a RB3 this week. So if you're thin at running back, you're starting him. If you don't have an incredible flex option other than him, you're starting him. He's the guy, though. He's the starter. He's going to be the best running back. Yeah. I'm with it. I'm vouching for this guy. Non-hype beast, what's up? Albert, what's up? Malachi Lines, what's up? Thoughts on Ravens D this week? Man, I wanted to message my buddy. Let me message him on Discord, Couch Captain Bob. Let me see what his thoughts are, because I'm very high on the Ravens D. They're a little bit more healthy. I love the matchup, and I'm really torn between ranking the Cowboys and Ravens D number one. Right now, I have the Ravens D ranked number one. I probably should change it just because we trust the Cowboys D much more than the Ravens, who are very up and down this year and pretty disappointing. I trust the Cowboys D. Let me see. He's probably not available. Let me message him. Let's see what he has to say. Yeah, I think they're gonna be my number two defense. I think we're gonna have to change it. We're changing it live. We're tinkering with the rankings live. Yeah. The matchup's too sweet though. I might just leave it. The Broncos off. So right now, Cortland Sutton is questionable. Jerry Jeudy is questionable. Russell Wilson is Russell Wilson. He's a injury. He's like a designation himself, just his name. He's like a verb, an adjective. And KJ Hamler is out. Andrew Beck is out. I don't see any reason why Sutton wouldn't play. It's a mess. Like I don't think they're trying to win a Super Bowl this year anymore. I think that ship has sailed a long time ago. What's up, Ron the Goat? What's up? Mark V says, Beard, I love you. I love you too, Mark. It's either him or Chris Olave at flex. That's a very close one, actually. Zonovan Knight or Olave at flex. In full PPR, I think you got to go Chris Olave. Other than that, I'm going Zonovan Knight. It's very close, actually, man. It's very close. It's too difficult to bench Olave in full PPR over a running back. Mike White or Jimmy G rest of the season? I'll answer Mike White. We'll make this a black and white question. We'll make this a yes or no, an A or B. And I'll just say Mike White. Obviously, there's different pros and cons to both of them. We've seen Jimmy G play football for several years, and we've seen Mike White. Right, Mike White's played like 5 games, and Jimmy G we've seen play like 5 full years. So that's really the main difference. I'll put it like that. Well, Rashad White split 50-50 with Fournette. I'm approaching it that way. Yes, that's what I do believe. This backfield has not been split. It has not been the case. The coach said he's going with the hot hand, and I'm just putting myself in their shoes and trying to predict what's going to happen. I think that's the case. I think there's great argument for both to start. If I'm thinking from the Bucks perspective, I'm tuning out the noisy fantasy football heads and dynasty enthusiasts and Twitter heads that are shouting, do this, do that. And I'm leaning towards this being a 50-50 split because that's what I believe. That's what I project to happen. And that's how I'm approaching this. Whether you're Rashad White, fantasy manager, you have him on your team, or you got Fournette on your team. Want to know if you still feel the same way about Lamar Jackson versus Deshaun Watson? Very good question here. Very good question. And now I don't remember this discussion, but I'm pretty sure I would have said Lamar Jackson. And now it is a lot closer. And I'm still going to go Lamar Jackson here. You can go ahead and start Deshaun Watson. I don't think that's dumb at all. Like at all. I think Deshaun Watson is a really good start. I have him as QB9, as you can see right here. I have Deshaun Watson as QB9. I have him as the same tier as like Lamar Jackson, Trevor Lawrence. I think it's very close. Jared Goff, I have him right at that same tier. Maybe even Dak Prescott, maybe even Mike White. Yeah. So like I don't see a big difference between Tua and Deshaun Watson this week. I don't see a big difference between Lamar and Deshaun Watson. I just think we go with the guys we've been starting. Deshaun Watson's a bonus snack, right? He's a bonus meal. He's a bonus. He's a brownie that you forgot you had, right? It's a dessert. You had this guy. It's not like you needed Deshaun Watson to get you this far. You've been doing fine without him. So that's just my reasoning. It's not so much that um I hate Deshaun Watson or Lamar is way better than him. I'm just making sure I'm not missing any news on my phone. No, we're good. Just some stupid sleeper alerts from my league. Colin, it's Colin messaging. Colin in our Empire League. So yeah, I'm still going Lamar. It's a toss up. More upside, more risk. Yeah, dude, it's not. Yeah, there's not really an answer here. This is just the best I can do. Is just give you just give you another perspective. This is not a yes or no answer. Lamar Jackson to the Lions. I don't see it just because Lamar Jackson in a Lions jersey looks weird, but man, that would be crazy. Yeah, a contract did not get done. I suppose it could happen. Points per controversies league. Should I pick up AB or yay? Nah. Nah. Trying to make the new segment extra exciting, huh? You know what's cool is like so I went to Mike and I went to a DFS um convention in Miami, and one of the guys introduced a very cool. I actually heard about it before that, but I've heard about it there. There's a very crazy way to play fantasy football no one's really heard of, and it's not really known. I'm down to try it. So I heard one guy on the phone, he did tell me that they did trademark it or copyright it or patent. They patented it. I don't know if that's true or not. But there's a way, because when you said this, it reminded me of like Chris Paul. So when you said this, There's a way to play fantasy football interchangeable between sports. So you could draft on your team, you could draft a guy like this is more DFS, but I'm sure you could do this season long or even dynasty. That would be crazy. So you can draft, let's say, LeBron James and Patrick Mahomes on the same team. And it goes by fantasy points. So Patrick Mahomes could put up like 25 fantasy points and LeBron would put up like 24 fantasy points. So there is a way you can do that. It's just not popular. And if that guy's patent is correct, you may not be able to do it on a bunch of different websites. But it is very cool. Like, way to think. And it's for DFS. I don't know how that would work for season long. I think it'd have to be Dynasty and you'd have to tally up. It just wouldn't work for Dynasty, but because you'd have to have the draft. How could you do that for I guess you could do football and basketball or like I think doing all three major sports would be hard. But that would be really cool. I think I'd want to try that out. It's just a freaky, like a cool it would be a cool video. In the comments you said if Carter is I said that I didn't know if it was full PPR and I don't remember saying that. It's in full PPR, it's very close, my friend. I don't know. I mean, I'm projecting them to get the exact same fantasy points essentially. So there is sometimes situations where I'm like, this guy's gonna get 12 fantasy points and that guy's gonna get 12 fantasy points. So it's like who I mean, I don't know who do we okay, like we can do more. We can do more of a deep dive here. Let's do a deep dive. Let's do a deep dive. Hold on. Give me a second here. It's very close. That's the reason you're asking me. It's very close. And seeing Olave Zonovan Knight. Seeing about maybe in full PPR formats, maybe projecting Olave to get a little bit more fantasy points. Let's look at the wide receiver cornerback matchups. Says it's looking really bad for Olave. And he should get a lot of targets. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna say Olave final answer. Yeah, we'll go Olave in full PPR, yes. Like I said, I don't remember, but I'm guessing I didn't know it was full PPR at the time. Yeah, they do. I don't remember the name. This was like when a lot of DFS companies were trying to recruit me. Like, is getting calls from FanDuel and DraftKings, and like everything was going berserk. It was around that time, like 2014, like those years when DFS was like just starting to pop off and become huge. And like every commercial you'd hear, like, "Oh, win $1 million DFS." Oh, nah, you can't draft like Sierra in the future. You can only draft. Yeah, but you could. They had it so you can draft like Major League Baseball players, NBA players, and NFL players all on the same team. Like that's crazy. Yes, Zonovan Knight is the lead back this week. Yes. All right, let's do the news and then just ask your questions again. I obviously missed a ton of questions. We'll go over the news and then I'll answer questions. That's what I'm here for today. I'll be answering as many questions as I can. I won't be able to answer every question probably. So if you do want your question answered, guaranteed to get answered, hit me up with the super chat donation. I'll try to get to as many as I can. Let's go to the news and we'll answer some questions after that. All right. Josh Jacobs and Brandon Bolden are questionable. I assume Josh Jacobs should play. Debo barely practiced today. It's trending downwards. He's questionable with his quad injury. I don't know. It's looking more like a doubtful than questionable for Debo. Trent Williams has back spasms, went back to the locker room today during practice, but he is expected to play. He's a left tackle for the Niners. That's going to be a great game. Dolphins at 49ers this week. Christian McCaffrey, he had good it wasn't as bad as they thought. Like he got off pretty good. The injury wasn't that bad. He is good to go. No injury designation. He's ready to roll. Lamar Jackson's also good to go with his quad injury. J.K. Dobbins not ready to quite come back yet from IR. I think he will be back week 14, but J.K. Dobbins is out week 13. Cowboys, they're a lot more healthy. Trayvon Diggs, Gallup, DeMarcus Lawrence, they all should be playing and good to go. David Bakhtiari is out for the Packers. Romeo Doubs is questionable. Aaron Rodgers is good to go with his ribs and thumb injury. Brandon Cooks and Derek Stingley Jr. are both out for the Texans. Kadarius Toney is out. All the other Chiefs players look good to go, by the way. Jerick McKinnon expected to play. Chargers wide receiver Mike Williams is out. And slightly surprising news for me, Joe Mixon has until tomorrow to clear the concussion protocol. He has not cleared the concussion protocol yet as of today. Today is Friday, so he is questionable. Hopefully he clears the protocol tomorrow. I have Samaje Perine in 3 of my leagues, though, so I'll be ready either way. Perine will be a super elite option if Mixon is out. Jamar Chase, he is questionable, technically questionable, but he practiced fully today, and he is fully expected to play. The first question we got on here was, hey, is he going to be on a snap count? And no, I don't think he's going to be on much of a snap count. He's still good to go. Top 10 wide receiver and elite option this week. Jets running back Michael Carter is doubtful. Zonovan Knight is going to be the lead back for the Jets. I'd be comfortable starting him as more of an RB3 or a flex guy, but yes, he is startable. He's a top 20 option this week at the running back position. Cam Akers, he's back at practice. Doesn't mean much. Jerry Jeudy, Cortland Sutton are both questionable for the Broncos. Not good news. Good news for Ravens defense, though. KJ Hamler and Andrew Beck are out. Only reason I post that is just to kind of show other things like, hey, maybe you got Russell Wilson in a super flex league. Maybe you got the Ravens D. Maybe you're thinking of starting Greg Dulcich. So these things are going to be important for those cases. So, obviously no one's starting Hamler. No one's starting Andrew Beck. But it is important. If Andrew Beck is out and Albert O's a healthy scratch again, that probably means another 1 or 2 targets for Greg Dulcich. Maybe. I mean, that team sucks. So Matthew Stafford is out of the concussion protocol, but he has a serious neck injury and he is out. Okay. John Wolford is going to start for the Rams, but the third string quarterback, his name is Bryce Perkins. Bryce Perkins could see some snaps. So we're essentially seeing a team that's like tanking and doing a bunch of weird stuff and cannot be trusted. So I just want to make that clear for those of you in super flex leagues. If you're thinking about starting the Seahawks D, this stuff is relevant to that. Dolphins star offensive tackle Teron Armstead is doubtful. He's just this close to being ruled out. They just don't want to rule him out quite yet. Trevor Siemian is going to have season-ending oblique surgery And ladies and gentlemen, Justin Fields, I didn't think this would happen, but he has no injury designation. He's ready to play. It's not like 100% thing or anything like that, but I think it's pretty much 100% thing. And you know why? You know why Justin Fields is going to play? Because Nathan Peterman. That's why Nathan Peterman sucks so bad. It terrifies the team. They don't want to lose all their fan base. They don't want to start a riot. They don't want Nathan Peterman to start and throw a pick six in his very first pass attempt and just the stadium just erupt in a bad way, in a poopy way, in a stinky way. So Nathan Peterman is so bad that Justin Fields has to start because Trevor Simeon's done. He's not playing at all this year. He's done for the year. So Justin Fields, not 100%, but pretty close to 100%. He is going to play, ladies and gentlemen. And that means I have to boost him up on my rankings a little bit. I don't want to boost him too much, actually. Yeah, maybe right around Dak. Something like that. Who do you guys like more, Justin Fields or Dak? Quick vote. Justin Fields or Dak? So I know I have him right around here. Rankings are so weird. I like this guy's asking the question like right where we're on it right now. We're right in the thick of it. I'm going with what you said. Let's just play it safe. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We got 2 for Dak, 1 for Fields. Bad run defense. Yeah, I guess that kind of plays into this as well. It's not a typical run. It's not typical run plays, but I can see them having trouble stopping the run, whether it's Fields or Montgomery. Someone said Fields for sure. Oh boy. I don't know this Darnell Mooney injury. I don't know. Oh yeah. All right. I guess we'll have it like this. There you go. The good news is that the Bears and Packers play Sunday morning. They play early. So that's good. So we'll have that confirmation will be good. Yeah, we're doing the news right now. Yeah, you missed most of it. Anyway, yeah, Justin Fields is good to go. Like we were saying, not 100%, but pretty close to 100%. Etienne, even though he's questionable with his foot injury, he is fully expected to play. I would start him against the Lions. Najee Harris said he's good to go, so I don't know what the hell's going on here. Jaylen Warren is questionable. Najee Harris says he's good to go. Everyone's putting FAB money on Benny Snell. Messy situation here. David Njoku is out. So if you're like me and traded for Njoku because you're desperate for a tight end, you had Ertz. This other tight end's injured too. Chase Young is questionable this week for the Commanders. Now, Antonio Gibson practiced in a limited basis. He is questionable, but I think he's going to play. I still really like Brian Robinson. I think Brian Robinson's an excellent start this week, a very good start. And Darius Slayton did not practice with the illness. So he's like, man, it's going to be tough, though. If he didn't practice today, we'll see. I guess he has a good shot to return Sunday and play. All right, that's the news. All right. What's up, Steel Hands? All right, guys, go ahead and ask your questions. We'll answer some questions. And after this live stream, we'll head on over to the Discord. And if you guys want to talk to me and the fam, or you just want to listen, or both, We're gonna head on over to the Discord server right after this. Connor, Foreman, Swift, Stevenson, Sanders, Pierce, rank 1 through 6, rest of season, full PPR for fantasy playoffs. Honestly, I don't think I can do that right now. That needs a lot of research, but just off the top of my head, you got to forget about Dameon Pierce, so he's pretty low. We might have to rank Dameon Pierce 6, Foreman 5, Swift 3, no, Swift 4. So we'll go like this, just off the top of my head. We'll go 6 Pierce, 5. You know who Dameon Pierce is. It's not the talent, it's the team, it's the matchup, and a lack of pass catching. So he's touchdown dependent. Texans. It's a good matchup, bad matchup. Oh, not a great. Yeah, it's just not gonna be good. His upside's all capped all the time. Actually, it'll be better if we look it up here. 14's decent, 15's. Yeah, definitely Foreman ahead. Um, Connor is pretty injury prone though. Like we wouldn't be surprised if he got hurt again. And not the best of matchups. So I do like Foreman. Before Swift, be Connor, 2 Sanders, 1 Andre. So even though I have it like this, I think Swift could easily be number 5. He's just a risky one. You said it's full PPR, and Swift should be getting more and more touches, feeling like his old self. But then again, we wouldn't be surprised if Swift does nothing the rest of the year. So Swift is very risky. Foreman is much safer than Swift. Yeah, this was a tough one, but I did my best. Is Chase Claypool a good flex option? Absolutely not. He is a risky, desperate flex option this week. No problem. We literally just went over this. We were just having a debate. It was very close though, so it wasn't like I had an answer. I guess we're starting Justin Fields for the upside on this one. Yeah, but it's super close. Jawan Johnson is questionable. If he doesn't play, would Fant or Taysom Hill be a better start? I'm going with Taysom Hill. As I'm looking at the Saints and like Jarvis Landry, I think he's gonna play, but I think he's questionable. Mike Thomas is out. Like they have a lot of injuries, and you know, I'm going with the upside here because you're gonna start Fant and you're gonna get 4.1 fantasy points. I'd rather start Taysom Hill and get 3.1 fantasy points. That's 1 fantasy point less, and that's because Taysom Hill is much more upside. Well, it's all good. That's why I like changed my tone. I didn't want to mean it like, hey, we just went over that. Like, what are you doing? Like, as in like it was a hard choice for us, but yeah, we were just talking about it. And it's all good. Joining late is totally fine. Gerald Everett or Hayden Hurst? I think I'm going to go with Gerald Everett on this one. Yeah, we're going Gerald Everett. Simon's counting the votes. He said we voted 4-2 Fields. I think Dak has a little bit more of a floor. Dak is more trustworthy, higher floor. But the Bears don't want to put in Nathan Peterson. They don't want to. They don't want to even have that dude touch one of those footballs, one of the game balls. Yeah, I was in the middle of explaining myself when you said this, dog. I was making a really cool, neat point, but you kind of messed it up with this comment. You kind of poo-pooed on it. Pollard or Kamara? This is what the world has come to. Tony Pollard or Kamara? I mean, how do you even do that? You got to start Kamara, dude. Got to be Kamara. How much you make on drafters last week? I made a cool 300. I think I made 200. Now wait, you got to talk about. Are you talking about profit or just revenue? I did well. I did well. Yeah, I mean, if you're talking revenue or profit here, so I came in 7th place in the Shark. So that I made $50 there. I made $50 here, and pretty much went even here. So only made $100, which is fine, which is great. I'll take that. $100 profit. Yeah, only 7th place though. That wasn't that good. What happened to me? What happened to me in the Shark? Nothing. Tyler Boyd. Yeah, Tyler Boyd was a dumb pick. That was the one that killed me. Yeah, I won Beat the Brain. I won Beat the Brain $50. Oh yeah, I'll take it. But the question is Smitty cheating using Taysom at tight end if he moves to QB? Nah, we don't care. You do whatever you're allowed to in the as long as the platform allows you to. But if you do so, I'm also allowed to make fun of you for up to 7 years. That's the rules. I can make fun of you and post memes about you for up to 7 years. After that, Taysom Hill's out of the league. It's over. Is Jordan Mason or TDP the backup? Do you watch my YouTube videos? It's a messy situation. It's one that we can get burned on a lot. But in my waiver wire video, I said that TDP is the one I believe will be the guy. Would you say Allen versus Mahomes is the next Manning versus Brady rivalry? I'm going to say no. There's going to be a lot of newcomers. We're going to see some new quarterbacks coming in the league next year, 2024, 2025, maybe 2026, Arch Manning. I'm going to say no. Things will change. Things keep changing, man. Things keep changing. But those two they're not quite that, but they're close to a Brady Peyton Manning type of rivalry. They're close to that. They're both amazing for sure. Amari Cooper DFS with Watson, yay or nay? That's a fine pick. I don't know. I'm on the Donovan Peoples Jones hype train. I just have a good feeling about DPJ. Amari Cooper is a fine start though. Yeah, Justin Herbert is good, and now Jalen Hurts is good too. I mean, Tua's good too now. So there's a lot. Please rank these tight ends this week. Why did you say Knox? Like, what is wrong with you? What do you do? I feel like people are setting me up. Are you setting me up? Are you setting me up? Why'd you go with Knox? What is the why are you asking me about why are you asking me about Knox? This is such a weird question. Knox. Well, he already played and got 0 points. So I think we're gonna go. I think I'm gonna go with. Yeah, there's really no way to predict this. I guess Evan Ingram number one. Yeah, but Knox already played, bro. Can you add Knox and yeah, okay. Yeah, can you add Knox and start him? Are you in a league that's like that? I guess I'm gonna go Evan Ingram. Like I got my rankings. Nothing's changed. There's really not a difference. Predicting tight ends week to week is impossible. Especially after like it's after like a certain thing, right? So like we have like a top 4, top 5. Like after these guys here, it's just impossible to predict. So yeah, like I'm not gonna sit here and tell you there's a big difference between Evan Ingram and Tyler Conklin. I don't think that's true. Is that true? He hasn't done anything in the last 3 weeks? I don't think that's true, dude. I guess it is true. Yeah, no, I think it's fine. I'm looking at targets. I think it's fine. I think we're starting him in a high scoring game. Yeah, I think he'll bounce back. Yeah, I'm starting Evan Ingram. And you got a fair point, buddy. Like, you got a fair point. But it's like, how could you trust any tight end? Like, who are you gonna trust? Like, do you trust in Dawson Knox over him? That would have been wrong. This dude literally asked, "Do I start Dawson Knox or Evan Ingram?" Dawson Knox would have been wrong. I mean, there have been a lot of bad options. Like, there's just really no good option. Like, so even though you make a good point, I could say that like, how do we trust Conklin? How do we trust Hurts? I think this is really the point here. This joke Simon's making. Imagine not having Kelsey, bro. If you don't have one of these, let's just say top 8. If you don't have one of my top 8 tight ends, Gerald Everett or better, even then, it's pretty bad. Like even top 4, top 8, whatever. You're just spinning the tight end roulette wheel. There's really nothing here. It's roulette, man. Just play Cole Kmet. Well, now that Justin Fields is back, I don't know. Cole Kmet? Do we put him higher? 17's kind of low. I think we got to boost Kmet. We got to boost him a little bit. Yeah, I don't know. Ranking tight ends is stupid. Knox is locked. He's locked. Yeah, the Mooney thing helps. David Bellinger, he's playing? I haven't been keeping up on David Bellinger news. He was questionable last time. Daniel Bellinger. I don't even know his name. Limited. Good news. Should be playing. Do we know that? You're just kind of guessing. Well, if he does play, I still don't like him. Yeah, I still don't like him. Maybe Harrison Bryant is the move. I like Harrison Bryant more than Daniel Bellinger. He was okay. He'll be good. Jamar Chase will be good. We talked about this 3 times already on the live stream, but like right now I got him ranked wide receiver 8. I think wide receiver 7. What are you going to do? You starting him, you're good. Start him with confidence. DPJ is solid. It depends on your other options, man. Sutton is questionable. You can't trust teams like the Broncos, so we don't know. Yeah, I like Gerald Everett. Gerald Everett is my tight end 8. What's up, Ty? Would you start Kirk, Etienne, or Knight? So I think I'm going to rank it number 1, Etienne, number 2, Kirk. Really close between those two, and then number 3, Zonovan Knight. It's really close between those two, though, and it's just because Etienne has that foot. Now, good news: the Jags play Sunday morning. They play in the early slate. So we're good there. As long as we get positive ETN news, start him, and you can always pivot to Christian Kirk. James Robinson was a healthy scratch last week, so I mean, I don't know. I mean, he's like his career is falling off. Like I'm not. I don't think I'm not worried too much about James Robinson personally. James Robinson role uncertain moving forward. Yeah. Don't be scared of Henderson. It's all good. Don't worry. Don't worry about him. Also, Trevor Lawrence spreads the ball. Evan Ingram could have a good game. Zay Jones could have a good game. And so that's that. If ETN's healthy and playing, you start him going against the Lions, man. Yeah, Robinson being washed is definitely probably more on par than him being the lead back. I'll put it like this. I think they're gonna roll out James Robinson and he'll be in there a little bit. But I'd be more surprised if James Robinson had a mediocre game than James Robinson being another healthy scratch. Like I would I think James Robinson isn't gonna do much. Jets are not a dumpster fire. They are not. They're shocking the world. They're doing a lot better. They're not a dumpster fire. Their running back situation for fantasy is very messy. A lot of things are messy. The Jets are not a dumpster fire. When you don't have much expectation for a team and they're doing better, I would not call that a dumpster fire at all, man. And they drafted incredibly well. They have the defensive rookie of the year. They got Garrett Wilson. They're far from perfect. They are messy. Yes, Zach Wilson being a pile of smelly new species of poop feces. Yeah, yeah. Zach Wilson is a dumpster. Yeah, you're right. Zach Wilson, major red flags on and off the field. Doesn't seem like a leader. Doesn't seem like a good quarterback. Doesn't seem like a game manager. I mean, he just doesn't seem like anything. Zach Wilson, yeah, bad. Yeah, and then Brees Hall, like I pushed Brees Hall propaganda so much on this channel. I loved him. I drafted him in a third of my leagues, and he far exceeded my expectations. Just to show how great Brees Hall was. Oh, let me close my window. Yeah, Brees Hall, like wow, the offensive line is poop. No, it's not. They have some injuries though, so it might be kind of poopy right now. The Jets won't win another game all year. Oh my god, everybody screenshot that. Screenshot. Who's your favorite team? Like I always like what's annoying is like I'm a Niner fan and I just like say like the most non-biased stuff I can say, but when I see like weird comments, I always got to know like there's a lot of people that are biased. Like, are you a Patriots fan or something? Like, you sound like a Patriots fan, like mad that your team sucks. It's just how you sound like right now. You kind of sound like a Patriots fan. I'm glad I believed you about Brees. He's an actual beast. Well, thank you, Ron. Appreciate that. Yeah, I more so liked Brees Hall because of the value we were getting him at. Late round 3, early round 4. I was smashing that 100% of the time. Brees Hall available early round 4 for me. So like I think I got him like 3.13 in a 14 team draft. That's like round 4. I was like smash. Like I'm not passing up on him. Well, don't just laugh at my jokes. Tell us who's your favorite NFL team, bro. Like you said, you really sound like a bitter hater right now when it comes to the Jets. Oh yeah, I did too, man. Yeah, Patreon League. I am I'm eliminated from playoffs. I'm 6-6. By the way, Patreon League, you have to come in first place. It's a 96 team tournament. So it's pretty sad, man. I have Kelsey and Cup and Brees Hall, so it's like and no quarterbacks. So it ruined me. Yeah, it is what it is. You know it's very hard to win Patreon, but you're doing much better in Patreon than you did last year. Patreon's a lot of fun, and if you make playoffs and go far in the playoffs, that means you did very well. 7-5, so that means you're still alive, right? 7-5 probably means you're still alive. I mean, it depends. What page? I can look it up. What Patreon? What number are you? What's the league? Is it this one? It is. Okay, my first guess. Patreon 1. Let's see. If you win 13 and 14, oh, you're eliminated. You're eliminated. Yeah, you can't catch up to 10 and 2 because you can win 13 and 14. You'd only have 9 wins. So you're eliminated. So it's a race between Billy Boone and this guy, the first place and second place team. That sucks for the third place team. Oh, you asked a question. Yeah, I can't answer every single question, but I try. Let's turn there we go. Jamal Pierce or Mike Evans this week. Depends if Lattimore is playing. Just start Jamal Williams. Yeah, dude. I'm not gonna read any more of your comments until you tell me who's your favorite NFL team because you're dodging the question, and it's kind of getting out of hand. Like I've never seen dodging to this level. Like, who are you, Neo in the Matrix? In Matrix 1? Like, what are you dodging, bro? Yeah, you know Patreon league's hard. You still talking trash. Tell me who's your favorite team, Malachi. Upload a profile pic, dude, of your favorite team. Let's go. Expose yourself a little bit. What's up, Trey? Full PPR, need a tight end the rest of the season. Now, tight ends we like to stream, so don't you pick up a tight end. Don't expect him to be Travis Kelsey for the rest of the year, okay? You may have to keep pivoting. You may have to adjust a little bit, but I'll do my best to help you out. Uh, so I love Conklin. I think Higbee is the play here. Higbee should see a lot of targets, especially late in the game. So, yes, I would go with Tyler Higbee. Now, he was hurt last week. He's much more healthier this week. So, Higbee is a much bigger risk. So, I'd say Conklin is safe, and I expect him to have a safe game. I expect Tyler Conklin to get you 8 points, 9 points. Well, Tyler Higbee, I really do think could go and get you a lot more points in full PPR. But it's the Rams. We're talking about dumpster fire right now. The Rams are a dumpster fire. So, huge risk there. I think it's worth taking the risk, and I would personally go with Higbee. We're not trying to roast you, dude. I just asked who's your favorite team. All you have to do is tell me your favorite team, and then I'll start reading your comments again. Then you'll be back. You'll be part of the couch family again. I don't need to be roasted because my team is rebuilding. Okay. And then he starts more slander against the Jets because the truth is coming out. So he admitted that his team is so bad. He's embarrassed to admit it, and that the team is rebuilding. So let's go ahead and profile Malachi and see what his favorite team is. NFL standings. Team is rebuilding. A lot. We know there's no Rams fans out there. Okay, let's see. It's not the Steelers. Texans? There's not a lot of Texans fans. So it could be Texans. Broncos would be a team I'd be and they have a fan base. I'd be so ashamed to admit I'm a Broncos fan. So I think that's my guess. I think he's a Broncos fan. Why else would you not admit? Raiders fans are crazy. They're nuts. I grew up with them. They'll admit they're Raiders fans immediately. They're nuts. He's not a Raiders fan. The only team where you'd be so embarrassed to admit it would be the Broncos. Because he's not a Patriots fan, probably, because he said rebuilding. No Patriots fan would admit that they're rebuilding. So I think Malachi is a Broncos fan. It's the only team where I'd be so embarrassed. Because he's so embarrassed to admit what his team is. Let's see the NFC. No. We know there's no Rams fans. Cardinals fan wouldn't say. Oh, he's Texans? Is he Texans? Is Malachi a Texans fan? Panthers? I think so. He's either a Texans fan or a Broncos fan. I'm thinking. Dude, just tell us what your favorite NFL team is. It's not that hard, dude. Come on. Stop tagging George all the time. Jeez. Saints? Could be. Start David Montgomery, Val, for sure. For sure. Well, they are rebuilding now that they got Russell Wilson. They just didn't plan on rebuilding. It's the most shocking rebuild. But yeah, you're right though. You're actually right. A Broncos fan wouldn't say that. If calling it rebuilding, I can see that. It's most people wouldn't say that. You make a good point. As in, like, Broncos is probably not a good guess. Not as good of a guess as I thought. Yeah. Right. The Texans got annihilated by Bill O'Brien with Laramie Tunsil trade and Deshaun Watson. Refusing to pay for the franchise set them back so far. Etienne or McLaurin. Plan on starting Etienne, man. Etienne. Just keep tabs on the news and stuff. They play Sunday early. Man got us playing Guess Who. So he is a Patriots fan? I don't know. I guess we'll never know. I think he's a Patriots fan. If you're a Patriots fan, like you're not used to this. You're used to your team being really good. So maybe he's a Patriot. I mean, that's the only thing that makes sense with all the Jets slander. It's like, I mean, come on. Jets have more wins. The Jets are 7-4. Bro, the Jets are 7-4, and this guy called them a dumpster fire. What a bitter person. It's like the most bitter person. But it's funny. Like he's not being like toxic or something. It's funny that he's really hating on the Jets. And it's like, man, dude, if the Jets just like had a semi decent quarterback the whole year, they'd be even better. They'd have like 9 wins, 8 or 9 wins. He is a Patriots fan, bro. Just like right away, I was like, dude, you sound like a Patriots fan. Like, because if you're a Bills fan, like, why would you care? You're like, hey, we're the Bills. Yeah, like the best teams. Yeah, Patriots fan for sure. Okay. Drew Bledsoe jersey, recent Super Bowls. All right. You're a Patriot. You sound like a Patriots fan. I'm just saying, if you weren't a Patriots fan, you wouldn't have all these Jets comments, this Jets slander. So we figured it out. Patriots fan. First guest was always the best. This was a great comment though by Ron. This was great though. This was great though. The term rebuilding would not be used at free will. Um, but if Russell Wilson tied you up to a chair and he was a serial killer, then then yeah, you may have to say that. Is Melvin Gordon worth a pickup? Mm, I mean, I don't. Yeah, I guess. Yes, but just let's just say like he's your RB5. I'm just gonna keep it real. So like he should be rostered in leagues, but don't have a lot of faith in him. Like he's more of a depth piece, and you're probably not even gonna start him unless another Chiefs running back goes down. All right, we'll answer this last question. Appreciate everyone tuning in, by the way. Zonovan Knight or Najee? I don't know what's going on with Najee Harris. I think we're gonna just start Najee. Dude, I wish I knew. Let's read this. Najee Harris said he is good and will play in Week 13's game against Atlanta. Harris was surprisingly removed from the Pittsburgh's final injury report. Didn't practice Wednesday or Thursday, but off a limited practice. We'll try to gut this one out. Okay. Jalen Warren is questionable, though. I just looked that up. So, just short answer, we're leaning Najee. Yeah, Jalen Warren is questionable. Now, he's probably going to play. Yeah, you know what? Thank you. You know what, man? It's one of those things where you just don't know. Like I have a feeling Zonovan Knight's going to be better, but it's like I guess just start Najee. Just be safe. Just go with Najee. Now what the good news is, they both play Sunday morning. So that's going to help you out a lot. So we'll have more information. Keep tabs on that. It's a messy situation. Oh, we're done talking about the Jets, but by the way, I don't think you got the memo. So we're done talking about your Jets hate. It's all good though. You're part of the couch family again. It's all good. But we have moved on to different topics. Falcons or Giants defense? I got a bad feeling about the Giants D all of a sudden. I think we're gonna go with Atlanta. Yeah, let's go Atlanta D. Atlanta D. You can't find a better defense? What do we got? No Seahawks, Browns, Ravens, Cowboys, Commanders, Bucks D? Probably not. Steelers D? Yes, James Cook is worth an ad. Olave or Garrett Wilson, full PPR. I'm starting to get terrified of the Saints. Let's start Garrett Wilson, baby. Garrett Wilson. Let's go. All right, I'm going to drop the link to the Discord right now. If you look, hey Val, I'm not supposed to answer questions in leagues that I'm in, but we won't tell anybody. It's just kind of one of my rules, but it's not a big deal. You can easily get away with it if you didn't tell me. Yeah, but I try not to. Oh yeah. All right, guys, we're gonna end the live stream here. Yeah, it's not that big of a deal, bro. We're gonna end the live stream here, and then we're gonna go on to Discord. So if you want to hop on the Discord, you can ask any questions, you can listen, you can talk. We're gonna just have a group chat there, like voice chat. So if you want to hop on the Discord, I'm gonna drop the link right here in the comments. It's a special invite link. So get the Discord app, join there. Make sure you go to the welcome channel and hit that green check emoji to get access to the Discord. Scroll all the way down. We'll be in the voice channel. We'll be there in 5 minutes. I think I'm going to use the restroom and then hop right on there. So, guys, see you in the Discord. Oh, I just saw Oscar joined. Yeah, make sure you go to welcome, read the rules, and hit that green check mark. I'll see you guys in the voice channel there. You can talk or listen or both. Good luck this week, everybody. See you guys tomorrow on the live. Join the Discord, Kels. See you on the Discord.